Hello everybody, this is another Hot Wheels Collector video. Today we are looking at the 1972 Corvette Stingray Convertible. This is a brand new model for 2023 and it's really cool to see this. This is different to the one we already have, so we already have this one, the Gas Monkey one, and you can probably see the difference. This one is the convertible and that one is the hardtop, and they are quite different castings. This one has its headlights up. And there is a unique feature on that, which I will talk about when I get to the showcase of the car. So anyways, take this thing off. And let's talk about the facts of this car. So in real life, when you wanted to buy this new, for the hardtop version, which is not this one, it would cost you $5,500. If you wanted the convertible, it would actually be cheaper. It was $5,200. Now, the hardtop version would cost $41,400 and the convertible would cost $39,100. So hopefully that gives you kind of an idea of how much this car was worth back then. It was available in 4 different engines, ranging from 270 horsepower to 425 horsepower. It also had 3 different transmission options, including 1 automatic transmission option and 2 manual transmission options. Overall, there were 22,000 of these units produced. Obviously now there's much fewer left. And now, if you want a really nice condition one, you'd be paying $40,000 for the convertible one. Remember that this would have cost the equivalent to $39,000 nowadays when new, so you would have gained $1,000 from the investment over 51 years time. So it hasn't lost any value, but it really hasn't gained a significant amount of value either, probably because it's a muscle car and the hype right now is around JDM stuff, and I do agree. I think JDM is nicer than muscle. That's my take on it, but I do love a good muscle car, and this one is a really nice custom. The details are great on it. But anyways, let's get into the actual showcase of this car. Alright, so now for the showcase of this car. First of all, I want to mention that the wheel choice on this car is 5-spoke wheels from 1995. They are done in chrome, as you can see there. Now I'm actually going to talk about the unique feature which I've already mentioned. Can you see that hole there? If you shine a light source in there, it's really cool because actually the headlights work. So they will glow blue because that's obviously the tint that they have. And so will this windshield here. Obviously that's all the same plastic, so that all glows. So that's just a unique feature. I feel like a lot of people probably know about that, but if you didn't, there you go. It's a cool little thing. Let me move the car a little bit there. Alright, so let's actually take a look at this car. So first of all, I'm going to mention that this car is done in a metallic blue. Very nice first edition colour. There is a recolor of this coming out, which is in a silver colour. I think this one's nicer, but that's just my opinion. I think this looks really, really sweet and factory fresh looking. The base of this, as you can see here, is blue plastic. And we also have the interior, which is done in chrome plastic colour. And you can see that interior is actually used to create the side skirt, as well as the rear and front bumpers. Really cool. Now then, taking a look at the detailing on the side, so the tampo work, we have a nice bit, so I'm going to zoom on in, so you can see there is the white Hot Wheels logo, as well as the Stingray writing, which is done in silver, and we also have the vents on the side, which are also done in silver tampo. Really nicely done. This car does not have any wing mirrors, unfortunately, but again, this is one of the ones that would be quite difficult to replicate, so maybe it is a better thing to do to just leave them instead of making them look really inaccurate. You can actually see the interior from this side. Obviously it's done in chrome. Some nice detailing there, but it's just kind of like a Hot Wheels basic interior there. And that's really all the detailing on the side. I'll talk about the mirror, the window now. So as you can see, there are no window wipers on that, unfortunately, either. So there you go. Just some more info for you. Alright, so here is the front section. There is no tampo work on the front, but you can see that front bumper is created using the chrome plastic, as I previously said. You can also see there's those popped up headlights there. Those are obviously created using that window glass. So they have a blue tint. and you can see the actual metal casting is also popped up behind them to give that realistic look. And those obviously glow, as I've previously said as well, using obviously a phone torch or whatever you plan on using. I'll also mention there's no tamper work on the hood either, but there is some nice venting. Those vents, I'm pretty sure, are to remove any water from obviously the window when it is raining, when you obviously wipe your window. Alright, so here is the side view of this car. It is the same as the previous, so I'm not going to bore you on that, but you can pause the video if you so wish to have a look at this side for whatever reason you may have. The rear is, I think, the best detailed portion of this car. It is really nice. So I'm going to first of all start with the trunk. You could see the actual fuel cap or petrol cap is done nicely in the metal casting there. And you can also see the aerial, where the aerial would be, is also cast in the metal. And that is also a small little blob there. Can you see that? I might point to it there, that blob just above my finger. Move the car back. And here we go for tampo work. No, actually, I'm going to talk about that rear bumper being created using the chrome interior plastic before we get into the tampos. So now the tampo work. It's really nice. So I'll zoom in fully for you there. And you can see there is the Hot Wheels logo, which is done in white. There is also a little trunk release button, which is also done, and that is done in silver. And we also have the Corvette writing there, or badging, if you will. That's also done in silver. And you can see the rear lights have all been done nicely as well, all four of them. You can also see the license plate there as well as done, and it is a California plate, interestingly. Really cool to see that. That's really the only detailing there, but it is nice and it looks factory fresh to me. Taking a look at the top of the car, there isn't anything going on, but there is the top view for you. And like I say, we've already done the interior and there's no tampo work up there. Obviously this being the soft top or convertible version, so this does not have a roof. Now I will bring in this car, because this is another Stingray cast. We'll have a better look at it, because I did just briefly bring it in. So there's the differences in the casting. Obviously you can see the hard top, but they are actually slightly different. You can see the license plate holder is actually casted on this one. On this one it isn't. It's just tampoed on there. The fuel filler cap's in the same spot. Taking a look at the front, there is some differences as well. Obviously in the actual casting itself, the headlights are up on this one. Headlights are down on that one. We obviously see that big blower there as well. And this one has slightly wider arches here than this one. That's really the differences there. And that's really this car. There's not a whole lot more to it. And really that just leads us on to the review and my opinions on this car. Alright, so now it is time for my review of this car. I think this is a really nice new casting. Obviously it's a really sought after one from muscle fans. You guys love this, and I don't blame you, to be honest. Obviously we're seeing a lot more muscle this year, and the reason for it is because people were complaining that there was too much JDM and a lack of muscle. So here's another one for you for muscle car fans. Really nice casting, and the debut colour is phenomenal. Obviously with that metallic dark blue there, it's almost like a sea blue. Really nice, honestly, super nice. It's nicer in person. It is quite a small casting, I will say that. It's oddly small. I would say it's smaller than the Gas Monkey for some reason. Maybe it's just, I don't know, the height of it that makes it feel small, but it just looks like a smaller casting. So anyways, that brings me on to my rating out of 10. What am I going to give this car out of 10? It's going to be a really, really solid 8 out of 10. Really like this car. I think it's done phenomenally. The only thing I can obviously criticise is, obviously there's no wing mirrors, there's no windshield wipers, and the interior looks a bit funky being done in chrome. It's more noticeable obviously on the convertible version because there's no roof, so you could just see directly in there. But other than that, this is a really, really cool one, and I'm happy to see it in the main line. And I'm excited to see where this casting goes. Are they going to do some crazy detailing on it? Most likely. It would not surprise me if they do, because that's what they seem to like to do with most of Hot Wheels cars, and that is one of the nice things about it. They put some cool liveries on these cars, which other brands aren't willing to do. Anyways, that is really it for this video. If you enjoyed, make sure to like. If you're new to the channel, subscribe. Remember, you can also press that notification bell so you do not miss any of my new uploads. Remember, you can also share this with any friends, family, or in any groups who may be interested. But remember, if you don't feel like you have anybody who you think will be interested in this video, don't feel pressured to, as you being here means so much to me, and I really do appreciate you watching all the way till the end. Anyways, that is really it for this video. I hope you enjoyed, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Bye bye everyone.